Our first guest tonight is in the fight to create a bright and thriving downtown for historic Gulfport. And they're doing some really amazing work and events you're going to want to hear a lot about. Please give it up for Gulfport Main Street Association's Laurie Toups. Hey, Laurie, how are you? So, Laurie, before we talk about the association, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you from the Gulf Coast here?
Well, I am. I have the Gulf Coast and New Orleans home. So to me, it's just one CD apart. It doesn't take that long to go from one place to the other. So I've lived in both places for most of my life.
And so you're with Gulf Coast. It's Gulf Coast Main Street Association.
Gulfport.
Gulfport.
Mm-hmm.
Gulfport Main Street Association. Tell us a little bit about that. What is it that you do?
Well, I run downtown. No, don't tell the mayor.
Yeah.
No, I help with economic development. I help with design of buildings. I work with promotions, and that means special events. And then I work with all new businesses coming in to make sure that they have what they need so they can succeed.
Now, you've got some, some big projects going on right now. And
yes.
One of them I think is called, it's Backlot at Trackside. What is that? What is that all about?
Okay. So, everyone thinks of downtown Gulfport being from the railroad tracks down to the port area. Mm-hmm. Don't you normally think of that? And everything else is north of the tracks, right?
That's how people think.
I consider that downtown, though.
Okay.
And so one day we were standing around talking and thought, well, we can't change what it is. We're not trying to change your idea about that part of downtown. So we created it to be an industrial styled area because it is centered around the railroad tracks. There are two tracks that converge right through there. So we're going to be using cargo containers and we're going to be making micro clusters.
That's nifty.
We'll have around 14 units, 14 working units, so there'll be more rail cars than that there.
Now, is this residential, commercial, combination?
This is just going to be commercial and hospitality industry.
Okay. Cool.
So we'll have bars, restaurants, shopping, fun and games, a lot of things going on.
That's nifty. Now, what makes Gulfport downtown unique right now?
To me, the way I look at downtown Gulfport is I think of it as a business-concentric neighborhood. It's not like a lot of other places. When you think of a Main Street community, a lot of times you think of something small, with the trees overhanging on the street and arts.
The village square and...
Absolutely. But it means so many more things. But Gulfport, as you probably already know, is the second largest city in the state. Also a very urban neighborhood. So we work with that. We don't try to make it something that it's not. What is unique about it is that we have about 13,000 people working in downtown Gulfport on a given day. So we have a lot of people that we can work with and have amenities for and keep down there with food and music and laughter.
Now, if from a vision standpoint, if you had a dream as to how you would want downtown Gulfport to be or to look like, what would that be? And how could we get there?
Well, we're heading that way. We're heading that way with the aquarium. We're heading that way with the Backlot project. I want it to have its own identity. It's not going to be like any other place on the coast or in the United States, and it shouldn't be. It has to be what it is, and it's not going to be anything more than that. And we look at ourselves as a family destination as well. So although we do have a lot of bars and everything coming up in the area, that's for the nighttime entertainment. We have a lot going on for families during the day.
Cool. Now, you guys have a full slate of events coming up, and one of them is View the Cruise?
View the Cruise.
Tell us about that. What is that?
Well, it's our 10th anniversary, and you know what? I'm going to use your show to make our big announcement.
Okay.
So let me back up, though. For the past 10 years, Gulfport Main Street and the City of Gulfport have been producing View the Cruise. View the Cruise came about because not much was happening in downtown Gulfport for the big cruising event that begins the next week. Cruising the Coast.
Sure.
Which officially begins on the following Monday. So the Sunday before cruising begins, we started View the Cruise. And it started off with a few cars coming and hanging out, showing off their cars. We had a little food, a little bit of music, and we called it a day. It was nice on a Sunday afternoon. People came down. 10 years and 20,000 people later, we've now taken over the entire downtown. We have 5 stages, one of which is our big main stage that we have our favorite band, the Chitlins, are going to be closing out for us.
And they'll be here in the show later today.
Absolutely. You're going to love them. They're going to be our headliners for that day, but we make sure that we hit all genres of music, so there's a little something for everyone there.
Halloween's coming up. What is Halloween trunk or treat?
Oh, that is so much fun. So we work with the churches in the neighborhood, and they come in, and we have really wide streets in downtown Gulfport. So we're able to back the cars in, open up the trunks, and each church member has a trunk that they decorate, and we put on costumes. We teach the kids how to do the monster mash. We fill them full of sugar, and then we send them home to their parents. It's a great afternoon.
But it's also a safer way, I think,
Absolutely.
for the kids to celebrate Halloween.
And working with the churches is a really good way to do it. We have about 45 cars coming in this year, so we're going to fill up part of downtown.
That's really cool. Now, there's 2 other festivals I wanted to ask you about. One is called the Honeybee.
Brand new, first time this year, and we're so excited. We're working with the farmers market people who put on all the farmers markets around the coast, and there's a lot of beekeepers in the area, so they're going to come in and we have about 70 to 100 vendors. We're out to about 70 right now. Our goal is 100 vendors set up. We're going to have music and the food and beverages will have a honey flavor to it. So a lot of the recipes will come from that. We're also going to have beekeepers doing demonstrations. So if you want to learn how to be a beekeeper yourself, then you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to buy the products there. You'll be able to learn how to do it and how to create things out of honey. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll tell you, the honey thing, there's so many health benefits to raw honey that I just recently learned about.
Yes.
Now there's another one, the Sugar Plum Festival.
The Sugar Plum Festival.
Tell us about that.
Well, that started out as just having a little fun one afternoon. The city of Gulfport does a Christmas parade downtown, and that Christmas parade is always on the first Saturday of December. And so a lot of us were sitting around about 2 years ago and said, let's have some fun. Let's do something for the kids. Let's bring Santa down. Let's do some face painting. Let's do some cookie decorating. And, if 100 kids show up, we'll be so excited.
How many?
1,000.
Yeah.
Easily.
I knew the way you were saying it, that it was going to go,
yeah,
that it was going to be a lot more than that.
And so we thought, we're going to have to get more cookies.
Sending people out to go get it so you can meet the demand, right?
We had so much fun. And then everyone left to go watch the parade. So the next year we were sitting around and said, how can we make that better? Well, we need more cookies for sure. But I talked to the people in the city and said, can we move the parade where it passes right in front of the festival? No brainer. It's going to be perfect. Let's watch the parade from here. And that's what we did, and ended up with a couple of thousand people. So we're expecting even more.
Even more now.
We teamed up with the symphony, and they brought the kids in. We teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club. They brought their drum club in. And we threw a lot of hula hoops out into the middle of the park and just let the kids run and have fun and watch the parade and eat a lot of cookies.
Good deal. Yeah. Lastly, where can people go? Is there a social media website or something where people can go to find out about these festivals, these events, and the things that you're doing?
All the above. We have a Facebook page at Gulfport Main Street on Facebook. We have our website is downtowngulfport.com. Really simple. You can call me at City Hall, and I'll most of the time will answer, unless I'm here doing a show with you or something. So,
Thank you, Laurie. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.